evening.
Good evening.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you doing?
Not bad. Cowboys lost. A little bummed about that, but
Ooh.
it
Yeah.
was a hard-fought game. Oh
Who did he play?
The Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What about you? What you been up to?
I've been nursing a headache all day.
That's no
Mhm.
good.
No, but oh well, it happens.
All right. So I'm on page 20.
Nice. Almost there.
Almost there. One more after this one.
Hmm.
Yeah, my goal is to finish by the 11th, and I feel pretty good about that happening.
Yeah. Do you find it goes a little bit faster the further you get into a book, or like once you find your footing, like the style of coloring, or is it about the same? Does it take longer?
Um, I think it's just some pages are easier to attack than others. It just really depends on how much thinking is involved in the
Hmm.
process. So, I mean, that's what I find, anyways.
Yeah.
I do want to do a stream with other colorists, and I've talked to a couple of them already. And it'd be really cool just to have like a little roundtable with colorists and see what their process is like and see how they handle things.
Hmm.
I find all of that interesting. But anyways, um, what have you been up to other than nursing a headache?
Let's see. I watched a couple of movies yesterday and today.
Nice.
Um, I finally finished the my Jason watch list. So I watched Jason X, aka Jason in Space.
Interesting.
It wasn't. It was it was a pretty rough movie. Which is what I was expecting. Um, yeah, yeah. It was in line with all the other Jason movies that I've seen.
So how does he end up in space? I don't think I've ever seen that one.
So that one, I guess they catch him at the end of Jason 9. I don't remember. It's been a couple of years since I've seen that Jason or Friday the 13th. Um, they capture him. They put him in a military base of some sort, some kind of scientific base, and they have him in chains. And they decide they're going to freeze him um, because there's no way to kill him. There's some kind of genetic anomaly with him, and they kind of like admit in that movie that he should be dead. Like they've stabbed him and shot him and burned him and blew him up and stuff. He just doesn't die. So they say that he has some kind of healing factor, basically. So they want to freeze him until they figure out a way to kill him or something. But of course, this guy with higher clearance than the scientist that wants to freeze him, they're like, no, we're gonna transport him to another place. We'll study him further. Well, Jason breaks out. He kills everybody except for the doctor that wants to freeze him. She's able to shotgun shoot him into a cryogenic chamber, um, and then freezes him. But in the process of doing that, she gets stabbed, and the seal to the chamber gets breached. So the entire room freezes. So she gets frozen with him.
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of security base this is, but not everybody dies in that base. Like there were people that were off of work that could have showed up later, but
Yeah.
nobody unfreezes her for 400 years.
Wow.
So that base just gets abandoned for, I guess, 450 years or something. And like scavengers show up, they see that there's two frozen bodies in there. They thaw both of them out, and they put them on a spaceship to take them to Earth 2 because Earth 1 was like destroyed. I guess the environment is no longer livable or whatever. So then
Too
they're
many cow
transporting them to
farts.
Earth 2. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And they yeah, as they're transporting them, that's whenever Jason comes back to life, he regenerates himself and he kills everybody on the spaceship. Yeah, and that's kind of the idea.
Interesting.
Mm,
You're like, no, no, it wasn't.
it wasn't. They tried. I'll give it that. It's not the worst space movie I've ever seen, but it's not one of the better ones. And then today I watched Shawshank Redemption, which is significantly better.
Yeah.
There's less Jason Voorhees, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen Shawshank from the beginning. I've only ever seen like midway or to the ending.
Yeah. Yeah, same with me. I think I've seen it probably from like the first 20 or 30 minutes on. Never saw how it started, but I mean, you don't really need the beginning of the movie. You understand everything that's all of the interesting stuff happens after the midway point. But yeah, the movie just opens up with Andy Dufresne in court, and they're sentencing him to prison.
Okay.
Kind of explain his situation a little bit. But yeah, good movie. 2.5 hours, but it's a good movie. I really just wanted to have it on while I worked on stuff, but I found myself like not working on stuff and just watching the movie.
It's that good, huh?
It's that good.
Yeah, I'll have to catch it, like the whole thing, sometime.
Mhm.
I mean, I know what the movie's about because, like I said, I've seen the ending and stuff, but
Yeah.
I just never seen it in its entirety, the way it was
Right.
meant to be seen.
Yeah, they used to show it all the time. I think on like TNT or something like that.
TNT. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about our conversation
Mm.
um, the other night about Predator.
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, you know what? I think really Predator is the protagonist. Like Dutch is the hero,
Yeah.
but I
But
mean,
Predator's the
it's yeah, because I mean, this is his world, right?
yeah.
Like this is what he does. He hunts, and he doesn't have a character arc. He doesn't change really. But
Mm.
in a sense, though, you could say that, or you could argue the point that Dutch does because he doesn't know that such things exist,
Mm.
and so it's like his mind is should be now open to the fact that there's other more dangerous things out there than man. I don't know. That's just something I was thinking about.
Yeah. Hmm. What do you think about Night of the Living Dead? 19 whatever that was. What, 50s, 60s, a black and white one?
Yeah, I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you say is the protagonist in that one?
Um, that would have to be. Man, I don't remember the characters' names, but the black guy.
Yeah. Why do you think it's him?
I think it's him because he kind of drives the entire movie. I don't know. And it ends with his death, and you, as the audience, you feel it, and so you kind of feel like that was like the writer's intent. You know, this like for you to picture yourself as that person.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What do you think?
I don't know. This whole like picking out protagonists and stuff is pretty new to me, so that sounds right. But it feels like between him and the father, I think, of the or I guess I guess father, husband, the guy that's scared the whole time.
Yeah,
Those seem to be like the more well, I guess, and Barbara. Barbara's the only one that I know the name of. They're coming for you, Barbara. That's the only reason I know her name.
yeah,
Those three seem to be like the most
prominent characters.
prominent characters or the more focused on. Like I know there's the young teenage couple, but we don't really learn as much about them or spend a lot of time with them or see them that much.
Right.
And if I had to choose between those three characters, I almost would say that it's Barbara, but she dies before the movie's over, before anything's really resolved. So that doesn't feel like a good fit. And so does the other guy, bald guy.
Yeah, I mean they all die really.
Yeah, but like you said, the black guy he dies, and that's how the movie ends. The movie ends with his life.
Yeah.
You think he learned anything besides to duck?
Oh, that's terrible.
He's got bigger problems.
Oh, how's writing your story going?
Oh, it's going all right. So I'm starting to work on the first page right now. I did the first 5 layout thumbnails for the first 5 pages of it. It's a 10-page story, it turns out.
Okay.
So yeah, that's going all right. I think I'll be done with the pencils by the end of November, and then probably the inks by the end of December.
Sounds good.
It sounds good, but we'll see.
In theory.
In theory, I don't see any problems coming up with it. And my weekends are pretty open now that I'm out of school. My God, that feels so good to say. It's a nice feeling to be free.
Oh, did you see they made a Fall Guy movie?
They did with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. That looks like fun.
Have you ever seen Fall Guy?
Yeah, the old TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, used to watch it. Have you not seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. I thought you used to watch it with me, but I guess not.
If I did, I was too young to remember.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun show. Yeah, I didn't recognize the actor. At first, I thought that was Bradley Cooper,
Yeah.
but it's actually Aaron Taylor Johnson.
So what is the show about? Or the I guess no, the show because we don't know what the movie's I guess about exactly. It's the same thing. But what was the show about?
So he's a stuntman, and he does jobs on the side
Mhm.
as a bounty hunter, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so he uses his skills as a stuntman to go do, daring things.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a fun show.
Mhm.
It's been years since I've seen it.
Who played him on the TV show? Was it Steve McQueen or something?
Lee Majors.
Lee Majors, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I know Lee Majors from, is that show.
Hmm.
That show and the Christmas movie. It's called Scrooge.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely. It's been probably 20 something years since I've seen that movie.
What?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Christmas tradition for you then, huh?
No. No, I don't own it on DVD, and I'm not sure. I think Netflix has it sometimes,
Yeah.
but I never catch it when it's on there.
Yeah, he's in the intro whenever it starts off with Santa Claus at North Pole, and all of a sudden, like, these Russian spies are attacking Santa Claus. I don't know if you remember that intro.
It sounds familiar.
And then all of a sudden, Lee Majors busts in on the snowmobile to save Santa Claus. And Santa Claus is like, Lee Majors. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of the, I guess, oldest TV shows that you remember growing up?
Mm. I remember a lot of TGIF stuff.
Oh, okay.
Those are the kind of old shows I remember most.
But nothing prime time.
No, not really prime time. Yeah, I don't. Well, another thing is like my memory didn't even start like turning on until it was like 90. So it would have been around like the time that X-Files was coming on. We'd watch that quite a bit. Um, I remember like, well, this isn't prime time, but it's I don't even know what you would call that time slot, like late Saturday with like Hercules and Xena and Jack of all trades.
Oh yeah, those were fun shows.
Hmm.
Really cheesy, fun shows.
They were very cheesy, but
Do you
yeah.
do you remember Cleopatra 2525?
Oh my god, I forgot about that show. In the year 2525, mankind is driven underground.
Wow, you remember more than I do.
I don't know what it is about that reading, but it always made me laugh because like the way she said it was almost like she was singing already. Because I think she goes into a song right from the opening lines.
Probably. I really don't remember the intro.
I don't remember what the intro looked like other than like the girls jumping around and shooting lasers and like jumping behind bars and stuff, um, or rocks or whatever. But yeah, like it opens up with like a little monologue, and it starts off like that, like it's the year 2525. Mankind is driven underground. The way she said underground was just like, no.
She meant it.
She really did. She had a lot of conviction in that line. And then I think she started singing like, "Whoa, in the year 2525."
Women have to will to survive. To survive.
Probably that could have been the line.
I don't remember.
I don't remember much after that.
Yeah.
Um,
Those were good times.
they were the best of times.
What was your favorite TV show when you were a kid?
Um, Man, I don't know.
Anything that you were like just actively waiting for, like week to week?
I really liked The Simpsons.
Simpsons.
That was my favorite show, and it still is one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite animated show of all time. Um, but I remember being just really like captivated by that show. Um, and then I don't know that I waited for it like week to week or daily whenever the episodes came out, but I remember I was very excited to watch Saved by the Bell.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mark Paul Gosselaar's in a new show.
Oh yeah,
Where he
which
plays
one?
like a serial killer, I think.
Really?
And like this person that he victimized has him captured and tied up in her basement. And she's like I want to say she's like a cop or a profiler or something like that, trying to go after these serial killers. But
Mm-hmm.
nobody knows that she's got like this guy tied up in her basement.
That's
And
interesting.
yeah, I think it's kind of like a Silence of the Lambs type thing where
Mm-hmm.
maybe he helps her solve cases. I'm not sure. But yeah,
You
it's
remember
just
what the
kind of,
show's?
I don't know what it's called. I just thought it was interesting. It just seemed kind of dark
Yeah.
for him.
You remember like maybe 5, 6 years ago, he was doing like 2 or 3 shows, one right after the other. He had one, I think, on Fox, and then the next year he was doing another one on NBC. And I know one of them, like the one he was doing on NBC, was like a comedy. Um, I
Yeah,
think the one he was doing on Fox was more like a, what do you call it, like a Criminal Minds kind of thing.
yeah. Wasn't he on that show like the not the Strain, but like vampires or something?
Oh, maybe that's the other one.
Like I'm only guessing here. I really don't know.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, well, good for him. I know he was on the show that was kind of like one of the Blackish spinoffs where he played
Yeah.
the white dad.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Do you remember Due South?
I do. Yeah. Forgot about that one.
That was one of my favorite shows.
That was early 90s, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I've got all of those on DVD. Whenever I was out of the hospital, we would watch them whenever we would eat dinner or lunch or something. I'd put in a DVD and we'd watch like 2 or 3 episodes.
Nice. Diefenbaker.
Diefenbaker. What an odd name.
Yeah. Like writing that show must have been like writing Superman because he was just
Such a Boy Scout.
such a Boy Scout. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you Paul Gross would make or Paul Gross would write such an awesome Superman story.
Hmm.
Did you ever watch his other show, The Black Donnellys?
Oh, Haggis?
Paul Haggis. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. What did I say? Paul Gross. Who's Paul Gross? Paul Gross is the actor, right?
Yeah, he's the actor. Which
Okay. Yeah.
he might not be wrong. He might still write a good one. No, I did watch. I don't know if I saw all of the episodes, but I saw at least a few of them. The Black Donnellys.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
Kind of wish that one would come back for another. Well, I wish that one had more than one season. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll see those beams like run around every once in a while. It's like, if you could bring one show back, for another season, what would it be? And everybody's answer is usually like Firefly.
Yeah.
But there's so many shows that I would love to see like a follow up season to, and Black Donnelly's is one. Another one would be Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, because I really like that first season.
Yeah. It would have been nice to get like a closure season.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't ongoing. But
yeah. So sad that he passed away.
It is, yeah.
What about you? What show would you bring back for another season?
One more season.
I'll give you two shows. Two shows you can bring back.
Yeah, that's a good question. Because I see those threads also pretty frequently, and I don't know. I see the question. I'm like, oh, that's a good question. I don't know what I'd bring back. I'd have to think about that for a little while. One show I did like, I felt like it got a pretty good last season, last episode was Third Watch.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah. I think I would like another season of Justice League Unlimited. Because I really enjoyed what they were doing with that show.
All right, so that's one. What's your second?
I think I don't know, man. I can't think of another show right now. Because I'm kind of thinking of just stuff that like got canceled too soon.
Right.
And I can't cheat and look at my DVD collection because now it's all at Nanda's house. Yeah, I took everything over there. And now she knows all of the terrible '80s movies that I own.
She's judging you.
Yeah, she doesn't love me less. She just loves me differently.
She loves you cautiously.
She's become cautiously optimistic about this thing, this marriage. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to sit on that one for a little bit. Think about it.
Sit on it. Was I talking to you? I was talking to Crystal about like how that was like an old expression, like put down insult.
Yeah. Hey, sit on it.
Oh yeah, you can sit on it. Sit on what? It. You know.
Everybody knows
You
it.
know. Yeah, I think we're watching like an old movie or something, and somebody was like, "Sit on it," and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you never heard that before." I'm gonna bring it back.
Bring it back. Make it cool again.
Sit on it, son.
You know, a show had a really interesting concept, and I'm kind of surprised that it didn't go on longer.
Hmm.
Masters of Horror.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like budget issues or something, but that seems like it would have been a, I don't know, maybe now it would do better than it did back then, but it seems like it would have been a really popular show.
Would have been a winner.
Yeah.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Speaking of that, I was watching TV last night, and I've got this channel. I don't know if you have it over there called Comet.
I don't think so.
Anyways, they show like old sci-fi stuff on there, like in sci-fi movies, and that's basically what they focus on.
Yep.
So they like reshow X-Files and Grimm. They show Buffy the Vampire Slayer on there. They show like sci-fi movies like the War of the Worlds, like Tom Cruise movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of sci-fi stuff. So last night I flipped into the channels and they were showing like right after Grimm, they showed an episode of The Outer Limits.
Mhm.
Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
The Outer Limits. Please stand by.
It was the one from the 90s?
Yeah. And it was an episode that had Matt Frewer and Clint Howard in it.
Clint. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Clint Howard. What a silly looking man.
Seriously, like, what happened to that guy? I always thought that he was Ron Howard's older brother. It turns out he's like a few years younger.
Yeah, he's the younger brother.
Like Ron took all the good genes, I guess.
I guess.
Poor guy. Poor, strange-looking guy.
I remember him from My Name is Earl.
Clint Howard is on there?
Yeah, he's on there. He plays like the local I guess he's also a criminal, but he's like a worse criminal than everyone else. Like all the other criminals don't like him because he's so like sleazy.
Yeah, and do you remember who Matt Frewer is?
Yeah, I remember Matthew. I feel like he was on several episodes of The Outer Limits.
I was going to ask you because he was on another show that we used to watch back in the day that was hosted by Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the name of that show. Do you remember what it was called?
I don't remember the name of it, but it was it sounded a lot like that thing that Bigelow started.
Right.
And I can't remember the name of that one right now either.
like NIDS?
NIDS, that's what, yeah.
Yeah.
There's essentially that. But no, I don't remember the name of the show.
Yeah, I was telling Crystal about that last night. I was like, that was the show that Matt Frewer starred on that was hosted by Dan Aykroyd. And she's like, Coneheads?
Yep.
That's no, not Coneheads.
Yeah, I liked Matt Frewer. He was a good actor. I was surprised to see him in Watchmen.
I guess I don't remember him on there.
He played the Rorschach's villain. What is it, Monarch or something like that?
Monarch.
Yeah.
Venture Brothers.
Like the Venture Brothers character.
Yeah.
But he was the one who was like he was dying of cancer or something like that.
Oh, okay. I remember that now. Yeah, I forgot he was in that. Yeah, the episode was about I think it's called the 1 year anniversary. And I don't know if you remember this one. It's where he's like married to this woman who turns out to be like an alien, and she can like shapeshift. And like he doesn't know that she's an alien.
Mhm.
And like one day, like he comes up, sneaks up behind her to like kiss her in her neck, and like he jumps back because she tastes horrible. Like
Hmm.
she's like, "Oh, it tastes like death," and then she like runs off crying. Ah!
Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch the whole episode. I don't remember
Mhm.
how it ends. I don't know if he, like, I'm sure he discovers that she's an alien because I think he goes to like apologize to her, and she's in the shower,
Mhm.
and he looks in the mirror and sees that she looks different from what he sees.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of that episode of Star Trek where Bones falls in love with an alien that like she looks like a moth.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
No, I never watched very much of the original series.
Oh, okay.
I'm more of a TNG kind of guy, but even then, I haven't seen a whole lot of those either. I think I've tried to watch the pilot maybe 2 or 3 times for the Next Generation, and every time I fall asleep.
For Next Generation.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what time of day. I tried different times of day because they're like, well, clearly I was just tired. No. And I thought maybe I just wasn't like a Star Trek guy. I was like, well, maybe it's hopeless for me. But I tried watching Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine, and I like that one quite a bit actually. Actually, especially the pilot. This is a really good episode.
See, for me, that one was harder to get into.
Really?
Yeah. I think because it reminded me a little bit of Babylon 5.
Yeah.
The one I really want to give a chance to is, and I've watched a few episodes and I've actually kind of liked it. It was Voyager.
Yeah, that's another one. Like I kind of want to get into that, but the I don't know what it is. I think it's the alien design. It seems goofier than usual, and that's I think what holds me back from it.
Yeah, because I caught some episodes, and because I was like, I never understood like what the premise of the whole show was,
Mhm.
until I watched a few episodes, and I came to understand like, oh, like somehow they got caught in a black hole and were sent across the galaxy,
Yeah,
and they're trying to get back home.
yeah.
And I never understood that like when I used to catch episodes back in the day. I was like, oh, I kind of like that premise.
Hmm.
I think what turned me off back in the day was Janeway's voice.
Yeah,
I was like, man,
Smoker.
she's got that smoking voice. And then like the way she wore her hair, just she kind of looked like she owned like Tweety Bird, like back in her chambers or something.
Yeah.
It's funny to watch it now. I think I'm older than what she is when she started the show, and I'm like, man, was
Yeah.
she always this young? Like, I just didn't notice.
One thing I really like about Voyager, though, is the opening song. I think they have the best orchestrated opening music.
Yeah.
Did you ever try to watch the one Scott Bakula, Enterprise?
That has a terrible opening song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've caught a few episodes. Do you like that one?
No, not especially. I don't really have a feeling about it one way or another, to be honest with you, though. Like I've seen a little bit here and there, but nothing really catches my attention about it.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine has like some like interesting episodes with the whole prophecy thing with Cisco.
Hmm.
I found that stuff kind of interesting. But I don't think I've watched enough episodes to really understand everything that's going on.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Combs is in that one.
yeah. He is. He's actually been in a few Star Trek episodes. As different characters, different aliens.
Yeah, because I think I did catch him on. What's that one called? The one with Scott Bakula.
Enterprise, right?
Enterprise. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're right. I think I did catch him on that show once as like a
Mhm.
blue alien with antennas.
Yeah. You have a favorite captain?
I like Picard.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I like Picard first and Kirk second.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say the same. I think Patrick Stewart, in and of himself, is just really good at like being a captain, being the guy in charge.
Yeah.
He's really good at that, like commanding respect. But like the character himself is written very well.
Yeah.
And then Kirk is just fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is. Kirk likes to get his hands dirty. Like I don't know
Yeah.
any other captain who like goes out and fights as much as Kirk does.
Hmm.
Like there's an away team, like he's on it.
Hmm.
Picard's like, number one, I need you to lead this away team. it's Jonathan Frakes turns around, and is like, Worf, you're coming with me.
Dang it.
All right. I think this page is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me take a look. Oh, nice.
I'll zoom into the first page or first panel.
Oh, I like that. It's nice texture.
Thanks. Second panel.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Last panel.
Very cool.
Yeah. I might change the color of this. Let's see what that looks like in a blue. See what that does. There we go. Maybe that looks better.
You cool it down a little more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I like that better. All right.
Very cool. Very good.
So there we go. So one more page left.
Man.
That's not bad. I didn't think I
Yeah.
was going to finish coloring the whole thing tonight. But I did.
Oh, hey, can you show me the last page you did? I didn't get to see it finished.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, nice.
All right. Top panel.
That is awesome, dude. I love that top panel.
Thanks.
Oh, Mr. Squishy Face.
Yeah. Last panel.
That's awesome. That looks really good, man.
Cool. Alrighty. Save this as a JPEG. All right. Well, that's all, folks. I'll probably stream some more later during the week and finish the last page.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow night.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know what your schedule's like.
Oh, it's wide open, man.
What open? No more school.
No more school.
Sweet.
Just me hanging out, watching movies and drawing stuff.
Awesome. Well, I think this really does help me to stay focused on coloring and
Mhm.
get stuff done. So yeah, definitely. I will we'll set it up for tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
See ya.